Very good afternoon. Today I'm going to present about my project. My name is Augustine Anak Lawrence Renang from class DEP4A. And my project title is Smoke Detection System. For introduction, a smoke alarm is a critical for the early detection of a fire in your home and could mean the difference between life and death. Fires can occur in a variety of ways and in any room of your home. But no matter where or how, having a smoke alarm is the first key step toward your family's safety. This document is intended to inform you about some of the safety aspects and importance of having and maintaining working smoke alarms. It is not all inclusive. A mechanical device that is sensitive to smoke or particular material in the air that transmit a signal to the measuring instrument. A smoke detector is a fire protection device that automatically detects smoke or gases and also gives us warning to be aware of it, with some protection system to handle the situation. Many fire accidents occurs in our surrounding due to absence of human in the right place at the right time. That is the importance of the project. It can minimize such accidents. Thus, it got immense importance in our practical life. The Arduino Uno is an open source microcontroller board based on the microchip ATmega 328P microcontroller and developed by Arduino.cc. Arduino can be powered by the USB cable or by an external 9-volt battery, though it accepts voltages between 7 and 20 volts. On top of that, Arduino can be programmed by using code and connect it to the PC or laptop and using Arduino IDE software. For this project, the smoke detection system will use Arduino to the whole process of detecting any kind of smoke. Now for the problem statement, every year in the Malaysia, about 2,000 people lost their lives in residential fires. In a fire, smoke and deadly gases tend to spread farther and faster than heat. That's one reason why most fire victims die from inhalation of smoke and toxic gases, not from burns. A majority of fatal fires happen when families are asleep because occupants are unaware of the fire until there is no adequate time to escape. A smoke alarm stands guard around the clock, and when it first sends smoke, it sounds a shrill alarm. This often allows a family the precious but limited time needed to escape. About two-thirds of home fires death occurs in homes with no smoke alarms or no working smoke alarms. Properly installed and maintained smoke alarms are considered to be one of the best least expensive means of providing an early warning of a potentially deadly fire and could reduce by almost half the risk of dying from fire in your home. Objectives is There are three main objectives for this project. First, reduces the risk of death by half in the event of a fire. Second, reduces material losses since the firefighters are called to the scene of the fire sooner. Third is to build a smoke detector by using MQ2 sensor and Arduino Uno. The scope of my project is due to limited of resources. The scope for this project is First is to build a smoke detection system for safety purposes. And second, the smoke detection system suitable for safety in any places to prevent any kind of fire from burning in unwanted places. And for my project limitation, particles of combustion or smoke from a developing fire may not reach the sensing chambers of the smoke detector because first, barriers such as closed or partially closed windows, walls, or chimneys may inhibit flow. Second, smoke particles may become cold and stratify and may not reach the ceiling or upper walls where detectors are located. The third is smoke particles may be blown away from detectors by air outlet. And for the methodology, for the introduction for the methodology is a key aspect of fire protection is to identify a developing fire emergency in a timely manner and to alert the building's occupants and fire department. This is the role of fire detection and alarm systems. Depending on the anticipated fire scenario, building and use type, number and type of occupants, and critically of contents and missions. These systems can provide several main functions. First, they provide a means to identify a developing fire through either manual or automatic methods. And second, they alert building occupants to a fire condition and the need to evacuate. And this is my project design. As you can see, the first picture shows the top of the electronic, and the second picture shows the side of the device. The main component I'm using is Arduino Uno, MQ2 sensor, LED, LCD display, and buzzer. Arduino Uno. The Arduino Uno is an open source microcontroller board based on the microchip ATmega 328P microcontroller and developed by Arduino.cc. Arduino can be powered by the USB cable or by an external 9-volt battery, though it accepts voltage between 7 and 20 volts. On top of that, Arduino can be programmed by using code and connect it to the PC or laptop and using Arduino IDE software. For this project, the smoke detection system will use Arduino to do the whole process of detecting any kind of smoke. And the second is MQ2 sensor. The MQ2 sensor smoke is sensitive to smoke and to the following flammable gases such as LPG, butane, propane, methane, alcohol, and hydrogen. Second is the resistance of the sensor is different depending on the type of the gas. The smoke sensor has a built-in potentiometer that allows you to adjust the sensor sensitivity according to how accurate you want to detect gas. This is the example of MQ2 sensor, and this is the label of parts in the MQ2 sensor. How does the MQ2 sensor work? First, the voltage that the sensor outputs changes accordingly to the smoke or gas level that exists in the atmosphere. The sensor outputs a voltage that is proportional to the concentration of smoke or gas. Second, in other words, the relationship between voltage and gas concentration is the following. The greater the gas concentration, the greater the output voltage. And the lower the gas concentration and the lower the output voltage. This is my block diagram for my project and the flow chart. And now I'm going to continue with the PCB process. The content of this slide is design PCB board, PCB etching and assembling process. The first one is design PCB. Design a circuit using PCB vision and live wire. After we have done the circuit in live wire, we're gonna save the project, and using PCB wizard, open your save file from the live wire and auto route the component into the PCB wizard. Next is PCB etching. The precaution step is wear gloves and safety glasses to prevent from dangerous chemical exposure. The first step for PCB etching is sand the copper plate so that the design will stick. And then wash the copper with some water and rub with alcohol and let it dry. After that, place it in the cold bath until the paper floats off. After that, place the PCB in the etching solution and agitate for 25 to 30 minutes. During this process, we must wear gloves for safety. After we place the PCB in the etching solution, after the copper is gone, put it in water bath, let it dry, and using alcohol to rub so that the ink transferred on the PCB wipe off. Etch PCB board is created and just need to drill some hole. And now for the last step is assembling process. The tools we're gonna need is drill gun with suitable bits, solder iron, solder, and desoldering pump or sucker. The assemble process. The first process is drill the PCB board and then heat the iron using the moist sponge to check the iron is ready or not. After the iron is hot, place the components on the PCB board and bend the lid at 45 degrees. And then use soldering iron to heat the solder for soldering process. If there is any excessive or mistake during soldering, hit the unwanted solder on PCB board and use the soldering pump or sucker to suck it. And this is the example of joint in soldering. A good joint is when the solder close up all the holes in the PCB board. Bad joint is the solder is not fully covered, the whole lid or the whole components, like. And also bad joint if we doesn't solder the component properly, it will make the solder break. And that's all for my presentation for my project 1. Thank you.